Animal Form and Function 2, Lecture 12. Today we will discuss about control of water and solutes, osmoregulation, excretion, invertebrate excretory system. Control of water and solutes, or the osmoregulation and excretion. Excretion is basically the elimination of nitrogenous waste from the animal body or the metabolic waste from the animal body. Metabolic waste includes carbon dioxide, water, and excess nitrogen. Carbon dioxide and water originates from respiration, and excess nitrogen produced by the deamination of amino acids and solutes various ions. Osmoregulation. Osmoregulation is the regulation of water, salt, and ion balance in the body in a narrow range or in a wide range. Osmoconformers. Osmotic concentration of the body fluids of an animal equals that of the medium. Osmoconformers. They have the same osmotic pressure in the body as well as in the environment, so they don't have to osmoregulate the body fluids. Osmoregulators. An animal that maintains its body fluids at a different osmotic concentration from that of its surrounding environment is an osmoregulator. Osmotic concentrations. Hypoosmotic. Body fluids with an osmotic concentration that is about a third less than the surrounding seawater tends to leave their body continuously. To compensate for this problem, mechanisms evolved in these animals to conserve water and prevent dehydration. Here you can see is the hypertonic, isotonic, and hypotonic conditions. Hypertonic conditions, the water will leave out. Isotonic, water will in and out equally. Hypotonic, water will enter into the cells because they have the less salts. Hyper have the more salts than the environment. Iso have the equal salts to the environment. Hyperosmotic. Freshwater animals have the body fluids that are hyperosmotic. It means they have more salts in their body than the environment, so water will rush inside and eventually they have the more water. Mechanisms evolved in these animals that excrete water and prevent fluid accumulation. Water balance in water. Water balance is just as difficult as aquatic organisms. Some marine invertebrates have the water concentration in their cells as surrounding water isotonic, or they are called the isotonic animals or the osmoconformers. Jellyfish, crabs, sea anemone examples. Freshwater and terrestrial invertebrates have the strong osmoregulation. They are not osmotic with dilute medium. The water gain is very high and eliminated as urine. Most successful terrestrial vertebrates are arthropods, insects, spiders, scorpion, ticks and mice, centipedes and millipedes. Water and ion balance of terrestrial invertebrates differ from the aquatic because limited water supplies and water loss by evaporative loss from their entanglement. Contractile vacuoles. Some protist and marine invertebrates like cnidarians, echinoderms, sponges, protozoans have no specialized excretory structures but extra ions waste material will diffuse out into the environment, and they are the isosmotic conditions. Here you can see the diagram protist with the contractile vacuole. Contractile vacuole is present in the paramecium in this diagram. So they have the full vacuoles, and pores open and contractile vacuole contract. Contraction of vacuole expels water from the cell, and then this empty contractile vacuole will again take water from the cytoplasm, will become the full, and then will expel water outside. Freshwater species actively pump ions inside, contractile vacuoles pump excess water outside, and exposed to hypoosmotic environments, energy requiring devices needed. Pumps need ATP. Protozoans and sponges are examples. Protonephridia. Invertebrates mostly possess no excretory structures, or sometimes they possess anephridia, used for the excretion, osmoregulation, and sometimes for both. Probably the earliest type of Protonephridium was simplest form is only the flame cell system, composed of network of excretory canals open to the outside via excretory pores. Rotifers, annelids, larval mollusks, and flatworms are the examples who possess the Protonephridium. Here is a flame cell system having the nucleus, tuft of cilia, tubule, and tubule cell, and then outer opening. Bulb-like flame cell located at the excretory canals. Flame cell will filter the fluid from the intestinal area. Beating cilia propel the fluid through the excretory canal to the outside through the excretory pores. Flame cell system eliminate excess water and nitrogenous waste diffuse into the surrounding water. Metanephridium are the advanced type than the Protonephridium present in the earthworm. Have the critical difference because Metanephridia have the two openings and Protonephridia have the single opening. Metanephridia open inside as well as at the outside, and that is multicellular. Most invertebrates have a metanephridial excretory system. Earthworm's body have the segments, and each segment have the metanephridium. Nephrostome begins with a ciliated funnel, beating cilia with the moving the fluid through the tubules, and network of capillaries surrounding the tubule. Reabsorbs, carries ions, tubules lead to enlarged bladder, and empties to the outside through the nephridiopore. The excretory system of mollusks include Protonephridium in larval stages and Metanephridium in adults. Antennal glands, green glands, and maxillary glands. In these crustaceans, ions, ammonia, urea, uric acid is excreted by these glands. Some involve reabsorption of ions, elimination of water, discharge of nitrogenous waste, and antennal glands near the antenna they are present and they are green, so they are called the green glands. Here you can see antennal glands in the green color. Near the antenna they possess duct, then bladder, tubule, labyrinth, and end sac. In the crayfish, fluid filters into antennal gland form the hemocoel. Hemolymph pressure from the heart main driving force for the filtration. Now main crustaceans have the short nephridial canal that produce a urine to the isoosmotic to their hemolymph. Freshwater crustaceans have nephridial canal that is long. Marine crustaceans have the short nephridial canal, and freshwater have the long nephridial canal. More surface area for the ion transport in the freshwater. Maxillary glands are present in the crustaceans, crabs, shrimps, bugs near the maxillary segment, and that collect the fluids within the tubules from the hemocoel, and urine is modified by reabsorption, selective reabsorption, and secretion as it moves through the excretory system and rectum. Here is the maxilla, first maxilla, second maxilla, and just near these maxilla there is gland, maxillary glands. Here is a diagram that shows the Malpighian tubules in the green color, and in the red color there is a gut. So Malpighian tubules are present just along the gut. Salt and uric acid are transported into tubule lumen from the hemolymph, and water enters the lumen by osmosis. Second two, salts and waters are reabsorbed from the hindgut into the hemolymph. Then step 3, waste are excreted through the fifes through the anus. Coxal glands are common among the arachnids, spiders, scorpion, ticks and mites. Have the spherical sac just like the nephridium. Waste are collected from the hemocoel and then transferred to the tubule, discharged through the pores, one to several pairs of appendages near the proximal joint of the leg. Here you can see the proximal gland, and then in the next diagram there is very big diagram of that coxal gland muscles. Then filtration membrane is there, duct and accessory glands, dorsal distillation, ventral distillation. Release of pheromones in the arachnid species have Malpighian tubules along with coxal glands, and Malpighian tubules seem to function in silk production rather than excretion. Thanks.